start with a familiar friend, the Gospel according to George Costanza. You know Seinfeld? George Costanza is, the lovable loser and there's this incredibly cool video. George Costanza basically decides that his life isn't working. He goes out to the beach, he decides he reflects on his life, and he realizes that absolutely everything in his life is not the way it's supposed to be. That every decision he's made has not worked, and that he's come up with this brainchild of a strategy.
It all became very clear to me sitting out there today that every decision I've ever made in my entire life has been wrong. My life is the complete opposite of everything I want it to be. Every instinct I have in every aspect of life, be it something to wear, something to eat, it's all been wrong. Everyone.
Tuna on toast, coleslaw, cup of coffee.
Yeah. No, wait a minute. I always have tuna on toast. Nothing's ever worked out for me with tuna on toast. I want the complete opposite of tuna on toast. Chicken salad on rye, untoasted, with a side of potato salad, and a cup of tea.
Well, there's no telling what can happen from this. George, that woman just looked at you.
So what? What am I supposed to do?
Go talk to her.
Elaine, bald men with no jobs and no money who live with their parents don't approach strange women.
Well, here's your chance to try the opposite. Instead of tuna salad and being intimidated by women, chicken salad and going right up to them.
Yeah, I should do the opposite. I should.
If every instinct you have is wrong, then the opposite would have to be right.
Yes. I will do the opposite. I used to sit here and do nothing and regret it for the rest of the day. So now I will do the opposite, and I will do something. Excuse me, I couldn't help but notice that you were looking in my direction.
Oh, yes, I was. You just ordered the same exact lunch as me.
My name is George. I'm unemployed and I live with my parents.
I'm Victoria. Hi.
I think this is our church's #1 strategy for trying to bring change. Okay, this isn't working. We really want to be changed. Do the opposite. So contemporary worship, we're going to try that. That didn't work, so chicken salad, whatever that is, right? We had this model, that didn't work, we're going to try this model. We were, seeker sensitive, now we're going to be small church, small group, now we're going to be simple church, now we're going to be the purpose-driven, emergent, whatever, right? We just keep busting back and forth between extremes. And one of the questions to think about is why that doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? It seems like if one set of strategies is absolutely not working, if our churches are in decline, and by the way, you do know that everybody's in decline, right? Everybody. I got to sit through an incredibly exhilarating lecture by Eileen Lindner on the demographic and statistical trends of religion in America. And what's interesting is that slide from 1970 to today, that last 40 years, has been picking up steam. And what's interesting about it is, I would say that for most of the 90s, let's say when it really began to pick up steam, there was certainly the conversation was built around theology. It's the fill in the blank, liberal, progressive, mainline churches. They're the ones declining. The evangelical set, the more conservative. Well, not since 2001. They're all declining. If you ever want a depressing moment, just click on any church you think is famous or important or big and click on their statistics and watch the little chart at Louisville. They all do it. So there's this, it's across the board. It's everybody. Everybody's doing this. It's a changing culture. It's a changing environment. And we all know we have to change, just flat out. So what keeps us from doing so? What gets in the way and what don't we do that gets in the way? And one of the things I want to talk about is I believe, and this is not just myself, it comes out of some work by these folks called Keegan and Lahey, who worked with Ronald Heifetz and talked about the immunity to change. That built in within us, there is always the seeds of our own resistance. That in every system, everything you want to do. I want to do the opposite. Well, the joke about George Costanza, of course, is by the end of the episode, he's back to doing what he's always doing. So how do we overcome our immunity to change? And what I want to do is have you consider this. I believe that the strategic coordinating team is the very place for us to attack our built-in immunity to change, to create strategies and to coordinate experiences that will go after that factor.